Hello and welcome to the English Forum. Today I am going to deal with the Adventure of Huckleberry Finn, which is very important for UGC NET as well as for other PSC exams. So firstly, look the publication 1885. Theme is maturation, cruelty, racism, hypocrisy, and this is a picaresque novel as well as a Bildungsroman. Okay, this novel was first published in United Kingdom in December 1884 and in United States in February 1885. It is the sequel to The Adventure of Tom Sawyer. Okay, the novel is told in first person by Huckleberry Finn. It is also called Huck Finn, a friend of Tom Sawyer and narrator of two other novels of Mark Twain, that is Tom Sawyer Abroad and Tom Sawyer Detective. The novel has colorful description of people and places along the Mississippi River. Okay, the novel is set in southern antebellum society, and it became controversial because of its coarse language and use of racial stereotypes. So focus on these lines because this line was asked in UGC NET multiple times. It consists of 13 chapters. Protagonist modeled on Mark Twain's friend Tom Blankenship. So this is very useful or important. The novel begins with Huck introducing himself in St. Petersburg, as the reader might have heard him in the past because it is a sequel. Okay, Huck has become rich from his last adventure with Tom Sawyer. The Adventure of Tom Sawyer, and the widow Douglas and her sister Miss Watson have taken Huck into their home in order to try and teach him religion and proper manners. When you remember the Adventure of Tom Sawyer, then they got a treasury in the yard and he became very rich, and Glasscock's Island is equal to Jackson's Island. So this is the right thing. Kings performs Shakespeare's plays Richard III, Romeo Juliet, and Hamlet's soliloquy in this novel, and the king and the duke are comic villains. Huck changed his name as a Sarah Williams and George Peter. So remember these names, Sarah Williams and George Peter, because he changed when he became a girl. Then he take his name as Sarah Williams. However, Huck sneaks out of the house at night to join Tom Sawyer's gang and pretend that they are robbers and pirates. Huck's father, Pep Finn, warns Huck of quitting a school. Huck continues to attend a school just to spite Pep, because Pep is a very bad father, because he always drunken man. Huck's father Pep kidnaps him and takes him across the Mississippi River to a small cabin on the Illinois shore. Huck feels himself comfortable there because he was free from religion and school. Pep severely beats Huck, and Huck, faking his own murder, escapes the Mississippi. Huck lands at Jackson's Island, where he met Miss Watson's slave him. Okay, Huck and Jim learn that men are coming to search Jackson Island, so they escaped. Jim's plan was to reach the Illinois town of Cairo and from there to Ohio River to reach the Free State. Huck and Jim encountered several characters during their flight. They confronted the Duke and the King, and Jim is sold back into slavery. When Huck goes to find Jim, he discovers that Jim is being held captive on Silas at Sally Phelps' farm. Phelps thinks that Huck is their visiting nephew Tom Sawyer, and Huck easily falls into the role of Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer also arrives there, and Huck tells him about Jim's captivity. Tom and Huck plan to free Jim. Tom's plan of Freeing Jim was based on the prison and adventure novel that he has read, and thus he simple act of freeing Jim becomes complicated. When Jim's escape was taking place, a farmer shoots Tom in the calf. As Jim could not leave injured Tom alone, so he was captured again and taken back to Phelps' farm. Tom reveals the entire scheme to Auntie Sally and Uncle Silas. Miss Watson is passed away and freed Jim in her will. At the end of the novel, Jim is finally set free and Huck ponders his next adventure away from civilization. So this is the all story of Huck, and if you want another story, please connect it with us.